Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to a brand new speed build. As you'll have seen from the title and the thumbnail and everything, I built an asylum for the Asylum challenge because I'm thinking that's going to be the next challenge that I do. As you'll know if you watch my channel, we've got three challenges on the go at the moment. There's the 100 Baby Challenge, which I'm almost halfway through. There's the Celebrity Gold Digger Challenge, which I'm just over halfway through. And there's the Runaway Teen Challenge. The Runaway Teen Challenge, we're almost done. I think we're going to maybe play till around about part 20 because there's still a little bit more we can do. I basically want to get to the point where I can age up James, who's my runaway teen, and, you know, look at him and a significant other, you know, becoming serious, because the challenge says you're supposed to have lots of kids and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I'm going to play it to the point where they get lots of kids, but I'll certainly play it to the point where they're like an official couple and maybe they're married or something. I don't know, maybe I'll end with a marriage. That'd be cute, I think. But in the meantime, I've been thinking about what to do next. And because, as you'll know, I've mentioned her a bunch of times, I'm a big English Simmer fan. And it was actually her that inspired me to start my channel in the first place when I was watching her original Asylum challenge. And I was like, this looks like a ton of fun. And I had the idea to do like a Big Brother house with a similar kind of set of rules. It was the first videos I posted. They were rubbish. They were truly rubbish. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't have good software. I didn't have a good mic. I ended up kind of just giving up on it after a while, like maybe 15 parts in. And I don't recommend going back through my videos and looking for them. I've deliberately made it hard. Like, I haven't got the playlist listed or anything for a reason. Don't do it, guys, because I'm ashamed, basically. I then went on and obviously did a bunch of other challenges, and I've done some Let's Plays and stuff, but I want to kind of go back full circle to the Asylum challenge, which is what got me into it. I've actually been watching Molly's, she's the English Simmer, I've been watching her Asylum 2.0 challenge recently, because she started doing the Criminal Empire challenge, which I also really want to do. And the Sims in that are ex-Asylum challenge Sims. And there's all this backstory that she keeps sort of mentioning about the wife in that challenge. Problem is it's a rabbit hole, right? Because then in Asylum 2.0, there's references to other characters from other challenges. This is how they get you guys. And this is what I'm doing wrong. I need to start entangling my Let's Plays more. So, short answer to what I'm doing right now is I'm going to start the Asylum challenge. I actually would love to just start recording it now, but I've got some other videos I need to record first, like, you know, 100 Baby Challenge and stuff. So it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but I thought I'd try and get it out of my system by building an Asylum that I could use. Now, if you're not familiar with the rules of the Asylum challenge, they're pretty straightforward. It's one of those challenges with a points-based system. So you get points for surviving the asylum with the most number, like without the least number of fatalities, shall we say. You have 8 young adult Sims in a house. They all have to have the erratic trait. They can have any other trait, but it can't be a custom trait. So I've tried really hard to make sure I don't accidentally pick slice of life traits, because I've had those in my game for so long. I've almost forgotten which ones are which, but I'm pretty sure I've done an alright job. If when these videos start coming out, if you're like, that's a slice of life trait, just let me know. I can change it. So you can only control one sim. So the other 7 sims, you're only allowed to click on, I think it specifically says at midnight, you can click on them to clean out their inventories. So if they're walking around with like stinky food, or they've got a book that they've had for 2 days and they've just been walking around, at midnight, you're allowed to go in, take everything, put it away. So like put books away, guitars away, that kind of thing. But that's the only thing you're allowed to do. You're not allowed to put things in your inventory to block the other sims from accessing them. So you can't hog a guitar. And you have restricted resources. So depending on the difficulty of the challenge you choose to play, I set this place up for a medium level challenge, which is what I'm planning on doing. You start with 500 simoleons. You have to complete 3 aspirations on your main sim, and that's considered like their therapy, their rehab, and then they're free. So that's great. In terms of the construction, you can have 1 sink, 1 shower, or bathtub, or combo, and 1 toilet. I've made it slightly easier for myself by putting the toilet and the bathroom in separate rooms to try and minimize the kind of people walking in on you thing. And I've made it a shower deliberately because baths take longer. You can only have 5 bed spots, so 5 singles or 2 doubles or a single, that kind of thing. I really wanted to put a sun lounge in, but I couldn't decide if it qualified as a bed spot or not, so I didn't. You can only have total of 6 seats. That includes couches, lounges, and chairs. So I really struggled with that because I wanted a dining table, even if it just had 1 chair. But then I wanted a computer with 1 chair. And then I wanted a chess table with 2 chairs. Suddenly I've got a 2-seater couch. So that's great. You can have 5 skill building items in the house. There's a list of things that don't count. So computers, stoves, bookcases, mirrors, and TVs don't count. I've also decided to say that the stereo doesn't count because dance skill is useful for nothing. Like, you can't make money off it. There's no aspiration related to it. Like, it's cute and it's fun, but it's pointless. So I decided the stereo didn't count, my little gramophone that you'll see I put in. And you have to buy the cheapest appliances. So everything I've put into this lot is the cheapest, smallest, nastiest. You can upgrade them over time, so you can delete and replace. When you start to make money, you can actually upgrade them. But it means, for example, we've got a reliability 3 toilet in this house for 8 Sims. You know how this is going to go. There's going to be a lot of pee. I'm just saying. A lot of mortification happening. It's going to be a thing. You can't have maids. You can't have pizza. I'm going to assume that also means you can't have butlers. I'm not sure about gardeners, though. They didn't mention gardeners. And I feel like because gardeners are base game, they would have been mentioned. Butlers I can just see, if you don't have that expansion, you might not mention it. But I think that means I can have gardeners. So I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Only 2 non-controllable Sims are allowed to have jobs. They can only be in the criminal career because it's the lowest paying career. Your main Sim can have whatever job they like, but it's recommended that the job's related to the aspiration. So I would do that. If I give them a job, I'd make it related to their aspiration. The flip side of that is if their aspiration doesn't relate to a job, if I can have the Sim make enough money on doing things around the house like painting, gardening, the usual runaway teen-esque style money-making endeavours. If I can have them do that, having them have a job's actually going to take them out of the house for a massive chunk of the day, so I haven't decided yet about that part. They can leave, this is on medium, they can leave the lot to go fishing and collecting between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. They can only travel to other lots during 9 to 3, so school hours. And if you're travelling away to another lot, you have to bring the entire asylum with you, so all 8 Sims. So that's great. If a Sim dies, a seat has to be deleted. It doesn't say a bed has to be deleted. I think that's hard mode, so that's cool. Well, at least I can eventually, if I get to the point where I get down to 5 Sims in the house, everyone will have a bed. How nice is that? In terms of gameplay, you can't use cheats, mods, or hacks that boost their needs or skills. Now, this one's a bit tricky because I have Slice of Life. And Slice of Life has the crash here interaction, which happens automatically if the Sims get too tired. And I don't know if there's a way to turn that off, and I don't want to remove Slice of Life from my game because of the other things that it gives you, right? So what I'm thinking for me personally is I'm going to say that the crash here, because yes, it will give my Sims back their sleep need if they crash on the floor, which means they don't need the bed. But there's other drawbacks to Slice of Life, like the Stumpy Flu and all that kind of thing. So I'm hoping that sort of offsets the benefit. That's my theory. This is what I'm telling myself. Hopefully people don't think it's too cheaty. You can have your age set to normal or long. I'll probably go with long. You can't rearrange furniture to reserve something for yourself. So, moving a TV into a bedroom or locking a door, that kind of thing. If a Sim dies, you have to keep their grave on the lot. If their ghost gets too annoying, you can banish it. I think I'm going to choose that part and just say you're not allowed. And you can make your own Sim work hard in their career, but you can't make other Sims work hard. So that's the gist of it. It looks like a lot of fun. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm so keen to jump into it. But I feel like having 4 active challenges on the go is a bit much. I know I currently have 4 because of the 7 toddler challenge, but that's a baby challenge. It doesn't count, right? It's like 4 parts. that doesn't count. So I haven't talked about the actual build at all. I tried to go for a combination of fancy on the outside and shabby and a bit like I went on a cruise last year, and the cabins and everything, like the places the clients go, the customers go, or they call them guests, places the guests go are all super fancy. And then if you look through one of those swing doors that the staff use, it's all like shabby lino and hospital lighting on the back end of it. And I wanted to go for that vibe. The kitchen is really shabby. It's impossible to make a good kitchen when you're using the cheapest appliances, and you can't put chairs, and you can't. I put some clutter in to try and soften it, but it's a bad kitchen. It's truly a really awful, awful kitchen. That's probably the single worst part of this build. But I'm sort of hoping over time, like I could have put more expensive counters. It's not against the rules, but I decided to put the cheapest, awfulest counters because I can upgrade them, right? That's a theory. So the sim I'm thinking about playing is a doctor. She's erratic. I haven't settled on her name and stuff yet, but I'm thinking that she's been committed to her own asylum, and she's trying to prove to her colleagues / whoever it is that's put her there that she's not, like, she shouldn't be there. It's like, no, I'm on the wrong side here. I should be treating the patients. She wants to keep everyone alive because she genuinely cares about her fellow inmates. And I haven't also decided what other negative traits she might have, because I think for the Asylum challenge, the more chaos you can sow, the better it is, like the better viewing it is. There's a few tips I've caught up from the English simmer about that. Like, for example, putting them all in a club, like all 8 inmates into the same club, and then having club gatherings that require certain types of social interactions, that kind of thing, just to make it more fun. But you know, there could be romance, there could be betrayal, there could be heartache. I'm super keen to do it. I'm really excited. And I want to be able to, like, upgrade this asylum and make it beautiful all the way through, instead of just having, like, the beautiful front garden with a nice hedge and then, like, the big steel kind of colorbond wall fence out the back. And, yeah, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. I've got laundry day stuff in there for the chance of fires, and because my life won't be hard enough already without having to factor in washing. I included the fancy pool out the front because I'll put some like sharks or something in it before I start playing, and then they've got to keep the sharks fed or someone can fall in and die. Like, I want to make some chaos for myself. And I also chose all negative lot traits. So, like, I think I've got creepy crawlies, haunted, and at the moment gremlins, but I want to actually like look that up and see exactly what it does, because the description's not super helpful. I don't want the one that makes everything just break, but it says things tend to go wrong here. I don't know what that means. It sounds like things are just going to break, but then what's the point of the other one? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I've talked too much and not enough about the actual build. If you have any questions about the build, leave them in a comment. I'm actually going to shut up now and let you guys watch the rest of this video in peace. If you've seen the Asylum challenge before or you've done it, leave a comment. Let me know if you've got any tips or tricks. If you have any suggestions for sims I can put into the household, let me know. I have been playing with setting up a household with 8 sims in it already. But the thing is, I was thinking that if a sim died, I might get someone in to replace them so that we keep it at 8. That's one option, just to kind of keep things interesting. So if you've got sims that you think would be good to see, then let me know about that too. Maybe, you know, pop them on the gallery and, you know, put a hashtag on it of some kind and let me know what it is and I'll go track it down. So yeah, I'm very, very excited, as you can tell. Plus, I've had a lot of coffee, and that was an enormous crack of thunder that I'm sure you all just heard. So I'm going to stop talking. If you enjoy this build, like and subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.